Peter, Mark, and Dennis were triplets and had no idea that taking pictures in front of a birthday sign quickly turned into a yearly tradition. It was difficult for them to turn 5. Read on to see why, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories. Corinne, their mother, created another sign for the boys for their 2nd birthday. They were happier than ever to line up and smile for the camera this time, since they were a little more conscious of what was going on around them. The 2-year-old triplets with their golden hair and soccer jerseys were beaming. And right about the 3rd birthday, the photo became a tradition. Karen didn't decide to make the annual birthday photo with her boys a habit until their 3rd birthday. Peter, Mark, and Dennis sat on the couch holding their sign and grinning broadly for the camera while wearing matching Snoopy sweaters. The triplets were entering their 1st year of school when Peter, Mark, and Dennis turned 4. However, the custom continued, complete with a birthday sign and matching attire. Their personalities also started to emerge on this birthday, with Mark and Dennis perched atop a playset and Peter curled up. All 3 of the lads are grinning though. The boys' anxiety on their expressions indicated that their 5th birthday was a little depressing for them. Their mother Karen was battling Parkinson's disease during this year. Nevertheless, she wished to observe their yearly customs for her triplets' 5th birthday. So she prepared their cake, knitted their matching sweaters, and snapped a photo of her sons with their customary sign. However, things changed as they grew up. Peter, Mark, and Dennis did something a little different for their 7th birthday. They didn't wear matching sweaters for the first time this year, and decided to wear overalls over a variety of sweaters instead. Sadly, a month after their birthday photo was taken, a gas leak caused their house to burn down. Everyone had a hard time during the time. The boys and their mother were hosted by their neighbor Wilma. She actually assisted Karen in creating the sign for the boys' 9th birthday for their picture. The little family soon relocated to a trailer while they waited for their house to be repaired. The boys were developing so quickly. When their 10th birthday rolled around, they made the decision to branch out. Peter purchased a camera with money he had saved. On their 11th birthday, a girl entered the picture. You see, Peter may have only been 11 years old, but he was already a little ladies' man. He was the first of his brothers to date. After school, he and Eva would meet up while Peter and Dennis ran around and occasionally got into mischief as 11-year-olds do. Even so, they posed for their annual photograph with 2 expressionless faces and 1 grinning sarcastically. The triplets had a little trouble with their 12th birthday. Peter was frequently visiting doctors' offices while Mark and Dennis prepared to enter high school, because he was given an epilepsy diagnosis when they were 12 years old. He was given an epilepsy diagnosis that year, and he would experience unpredictable seizures that would keep him out of class for days at a time. Nevertheless, the brothers were happy as they posed for their yearly photograph. Unfortunately, Peter's parents felt it would be best for him to remain in elementary school while his siblings advanced to high school when the brothers turned 13 years old. However, when the brothers turned 15, Peter was reclassified with Mark and Dennis in the same grade. He was really intelligent and eager to put in the effort, which undoubtedly paid off. By the time the boys were 16, it was obvious that they had already entered the rebellious stage of adolescence. It appears that 2 of the 3 triplets decided to experiment with hair dyed in their classic photo. Peter is sporting some red hair on the left, and Mark has dark black hair. And when it was time to celebrate the boys' 17th birthday, they were still a ways into high school. They also made the decision to stop wearing hair color and growing their hair out at that time. And just when the brothers became 20, they relocated to Berlin. Peter experienced loneliness anxiety in his previous episode. Mark and Dennis made the decision to move to Berlin to be with Peter when they reached 20. However, when Peter needed them, they didn't think twice about helping him. By age 26, not just Peter but 2 out of the 3 lads had extremely long hair. One day, with hesitation, the 3 boys moved back home to take care of their mother, as Susan, Peter's fiancée, also arrived to assist the boys as they cared for their mother in the home they grew up in. She and the boys were a close-knit group and managed to make the best of the situation despite the ups and downs of their mother's illness. All of them continued to reside in the home where they had spent many years growing up. The boys always took a picture with their birthday sign, though, so that was one thing that never changed. Sadly, when the boys were 27, Karen passed away from colon cancer. The brothers decided to move in together after receiving the house as an inheritance because it was spacious enough. By age 29, a routine had developed. Peter and his wife had a son named Noah, and the brothers had established a small routine by the time they aged 29. Mark and Dennis were Peter's uncles. He was a new father, and they all had full-time careers while residing in the home where they had grown up. And on top of that, they've been able to uphold their birthday picture tradition without skipping a year. The triplets took their yearly portrait as they approached their 34th birthday. They all appear much more alike this time around than they did in previous years.